Hey everyone, today we're diving into a monumental shift in U.S. regulatory litigation. The Supreme Court has overruled the Chevron deference, the landmark 1984 decision that has long guided how courts interact with federal agencies. This is huge news for legal professionals, policymakers, and anyone interested in the balance of power between the branches of government. So, what exactly happened? In a 6-3 decision, the court ruled in Loper-Bright v. Raimondo and Relentless v. Department of Commerce that the Chevron deference no longer stands. Essentially, the court said that federal courts must use their own judgment to decide if an agency has acted within its statutory authority. For nearly 4 decades, Chevron has allowed agencies to interpret ambiguous laws as long as their interpretations were reasonable. Now that era is over. This decision is rooted in the Administrative Procedure Act, or APA, which mandates courts to decide all relevant questions of law, interpret constitutional and statutory provisions, and determine the meaning or applicability of the terms of an agency action. The court emphasized that deference to agency interpretations was never meant to override this fundamental judicial duty. One of the most interesting aspects of this ruling is its potential impact. Some predict the end of the regulatory state as we know it, but that's likely an exaggeration. What we can expect is a significant shift in how Congress writes laws and how courts interpret them. Agencies will now face more scrutiny, and their decisions will be more frequently challenged in court. Let's take a quick step back. The Chevron deference originated from a case where the Natural Resources Defense Council challenged the EPA's interpretation of the Clean Air Act. The Supreme Court at that time decided that courts should defer to agency interpretations if the law was ambiguous and the agency's interpretation was reasonable. This principle was aimed at leveraging agency expertise in complex regulatory matters. However, over the years, critics argued that Chevron gave too much power to agencies, enabling them to effectively create laws rather than just enforce them. The overruling of Chevron now addresses these concerns by reasserting the judiciary's role in interpreting laws. So, what does this mean moving forward? For one, it could mean more legislative clarity. Congress may need to draft laws with greater precision to reduce ambiguity and avoid leaving too much room for interpretation. This might also slow down the regulatory process, as agencies may act more cautiously to avoid legal challenges. Legal professionals will need to stay vigilant. The new Loper-Bright doctrine will require a shift in how cases are argued and how legal strategies are developed. Courts will now play a more active role in scrutinizing agency decisions, which could lead to more litigation and longer court cases. In summary, the Supreme Court's decision to overrule Chevron is a game changer. It redefines the relationship between the judiciary and federal agencies and sets the stage for a new era in regulatory litigation. Whether this leads to more effective governance or greater legal complexity remains to be seen. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to subscribe for more updates on pivotal legal developments. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.